Hey there, this is Mikael Pitzner from Your WordPress Friend, which will probably soon change name, and I get back to that later in this video. But I'm shooting this video because I had a feedback come back to me yesterday. I was actually reaching out to a group of people who are really amazing. They are helping each other like crazy. Something I highly recommend that anybody listening in that they also hook up with some groups like that. So anyway, I reached out to them and I asked them what they thought about the free video series in terms of content, if they thought this was valuable information. And what I said is, go down to the bottom of that page, as of currently at least. It shows, all the different topics that are in the free fast track series. So I wanted some feedback. Is this something that's going to be valuable to people? Are they going to like it? Is there something that's missing? Is there something that I should omit, and so on? And I got some feedback. So, but actually very little feedback on that question, but feedback on other things. And one feedback that struck me particularly was that they said, well, you know what? Basically, and I'm not saying this to hurt you or hurt your feelings, but basically I wouldn't buy from you because your website looks frankly not too great. It looks homemade and not professional and doesn't have a cool finish to it and all. Now, I did explain to this person that the whole idea of the video course is that we will be building a website using WordPress, and we'll be starting off from scratch and then build our way up. And basically that I'm not happy about the way this website really looks. I actually wrote about it in a recent blog post, which was prior to this whole feedback coming back to me. Let's see where it is. Here we go. This blog post here. And I even say that I'm visually driven and love beautiful stuff, and don't really like the way it looks now, and so on. But it all has, a purpose, and the purpose is, to handhold the viewer or the audience to walk through from a very initial start of WordPress, and then walking through to building something nice. But point taken, I understand it. If I was to buy a program that was about to teach me how to do WordPress, I probably wouldn't, look at the guy, the person's site and see, well, how great a site does this person have, and if it's a really good site and very cool looking, then I might be more inclined to buy from that person. So, so the nice lady who gave me this feedback, she actually directed me to the fact that she does WordPress training also, which is awesome. And she gave me a website, which is this one. So look at this one. It's much more pretty. Look at this. There's get started straight away, learn more. It directs you further down the page. Look like a pro. Exactly what her point is. If you look like the deal, then people will come to you and do business with you, buy your stuff and so on. So very, very nice site. It's got an overview of the course. This is a site for a course on WordPress training. Here's some prizes. There's some testimonials, frequently asked questions, lots of those. And finally, register now, which basically takes you up to the payment choices. So you got to choose payment choices. So my question would be, first of all, what would you say? Buy from here or buy from here? Buy from here, buy from here. Well, actually, I should go to the front page. It's probably where we are kind of like comparing. And I would say, yeah, no brainer. This one is a lot more fancy, looks really cool. Both sites should perform pretty good on mobile devices, so we're not taking that into account right now. But yeah, no brainer. So I thought, okay, well, let's see, how about if we build a site that looks like this? In fact, how about we build a site that's exactly like this and see, if we can do that. Now, the point of me doing so is just to illustrate that although this looks like, well, let's say less than super fancy and cool, it doesn't mean that what you're getting in the program is not going to really, really help you. And the reason that I want to shoot this is to demonstrate to you that when you are going through the program, you will end up being able to build something as beautiful as this one. And the big secret, which isn't a secret, but this big secret of great looking websites today, to a great extent, is themes. So you don't actually need to be super technical in order to build something really pretty and have it look really good, because it's all done by themes. So so I'm a little cheeky. I said, okay, I'm gonna build a site like this. I'm gonna start from scratch. So the first thing first is that I need to find out what is this website built on. So you basically copy the URL, and then there are two different solutions that I make use of. What WP theme is that? And I basically tap in the URL and go do a search. And the other one is WP theme detector, and do the same thing there. And it actually came up straight away in the other one. It said it's from Studio Press, and it's the one called Altitude. Now it just so happens that I actually have license for all of those themes, so I basically can go to this site here. Should pop up. You see, this is a paid site. It's actually just reduced the price. If I'm actually logged in, so I can just go in here and find my theme and download it. So I can just go to download Altitude Pro, hit this button, it'll download to my computer. And I already did that, so it's sitting somewhere here. Let's see. I have it sitting right down there on my desktop. So we got that going. Now what's next? So let's get rid of some of this stuff here out of the way. We're done with that. We're done with this one. Here's the theme. So that's, if you go up and look at the theme, so that's from the, shall we say, the factory from Studio Press. This is the demo site of the theme. So that's how the theme is actually set up from the get-go, or as a suggestion, if nothing else. Now, so the next thing is you need a domain. Now I have a bunch of domains, so I'm in here logged into one of my hosting accounts, and we're going to start from absolute scratch. So I need to pick one domain. I need to assign it something slightly technical, but super easy to do. I am just gonna add on, and I'm all good with that. So basically I'm just gonna make it an add-on. That basically means that I get the site workable, but without actually adding more expenses to my account. It's the hosting will just be a part of the hosting I already have. Now doing this add-on here is gonna run just a few minutes, and although it's a little bit boring to wait for, I'm actually gonna have the video rolling so you can see how quickly we can progress with this stuff, because it's, it doesn't take more than too crazy. Let's see here if we can get it feedback. What it's doing now is it's adding on the domain to my hosting service, and then it's building up the databases that's required. And again, that can sound very technical, and believe me, I have no good skills with the techniques and so on, and I don't really care for it. I just want things to look good and work and be functional, and preferably down the road make money. So if I can do it, you can do it, because I am by far not very skilled in this. All right, we're gonna go back to what's called the cPanel. So it's made the add-on. cPanel is the same as a control panel. That's where you control everything in there. So we got the domain running. We need to install a WordPress, and basically from the control panel or the cPanel you can do almost everything you need to get you started, and they make it easy for you. So click the WordPress installed, just click install here. You don't need to buy somebody to do it for you. It's super easy. We're gonna find the domain that I wanted it to put on, which is the one I just brand new put in here. If I think it was this one. and check. And this can also take a few minutes. So what it is doing now is it's gonna add sites to you. I'm just gonna copy this password, which I'll need, and then just hit the install. So now it's gonna, on the domain, if we go to the domain right now, let's see. I think this was the domain. Yeah, it's on HostMonster, and there's nothing there now. So HostMonster is kind of like populating it. Once you assign the domain, or once you have registered, it'll show whoever is your hosting service or where you registered with, so they get their free advertising. Let's see. Go back here. All right, it looks like it has installed. So let's refresh here. It has installed. So that's how it looks now when you just install things. And so to get further, you need to log in. So you basically add a /wp login.php. Now this module themes will actually go and send you an email with your login credentials. So anyway, I remember my username because I chose it just before I hit the install button of the WordPress, and this is the copied password that it suggested. So I just took that for now. So we're gonna log in, and then you get into the dashboard, and this is where everything is happening. So right now we might we might just open the site. So now we logged in, and now this is how the site would look for a visitor from outside right now. And that's not terribly interesting, of course. It's certainly a far cry from this beautiful site here. So we need to change that straight away. So what we do is we go into the dashboard. Dashboard is in WordPress where you handle everything that you have on your site. You go down to appearance and then choose themes. And remember, that's what I said about themes. The themes do everything for you. And then you say add new, and then you're going to browse. And you need actually two different themes for this one, because the actual theme that you're using requires a theme, kind of like what I would call a base theme, which is called Genesis. So first we're going to upload Genesis. If only I could make it think. If I can make it wake up. All right, seems like we're going into an eternal spin here. Okay, there we go. Genesis, picking that. It's a zip file, and I'm gonna hit the install now. And I'm gonna activate it. Now, just for the sake of just for fun, you can go in and look at what the site looks like now, and still not very interesting, right? We're gonna add new one, and then we're gonna put in the Altitude Pro, which is the theme that we want. It's the theme that's behind this thing here. And we're gonna activate it. And there you have it. So let's see. Now this is something that you'll notice whenever you do this thing. You buy a theme because it looks so beautiful and so on, and then you install it, and then this is what you're getting. So that's a far cry from this here, right? So that's certainly not what you were kind of promised, but fear not, it's all in here in the back. So anyway, let's go in here. We can actually go straight away to customize. And let's take care of the site tag title. Hate this. We don't want this. So we're gonna do your WordPress friend, and like I said, this will soon change name because apparently I'm in violation of WordPress by using this. So we're going to change that later on. But just for sake of order, we're going to keep on doing so you can see this stuff here. So build a cool website. Let's put that. Now this tagline is not going to show, but it actually can help in your ranking and SEO. Look, it's got all these beautiful images in here already, so that's kind of neat. And then widgets. So widgets is actually the page is actually built off of a ton of different widgets. So you have, you know, front page 1 to 7, and then you actually have a footer also, and that's how the page is set up. I'm gonna go in a different place. It's basically the same thing it's gonna do for me, but let's just go in a different place and go down 2 widgets. So I get, it's just a different workspace, but it's basically the same thing. So basically in here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a lot of these text fields, and then I'm gonna drop in the text, the coding and text that I need. For this one, we need a header, and for the sake of ease and so on, I have copied all the text, so we are good to go on that. So you're not gonna wait too long for it, but basically this is where you can put in all the stuff that you want the website to be housing, and these are like placeholders, so to speak. Now there's a tiny bit of code here, like an H2 and H2. That's a heading 2, so those are like the tiniest bits of coding. Very often you don't actually need to know any of that coding, so you're usually very good to go. Hold on one second. And let's see, I actually need to upload an image that I want to use. We can do that later. All right. Okay, so we're moving on. We did number 1, we did number 2, we're gonna do number 3 now. And I actually need a couple of these in here. Can't remember how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now granted, when you're building a website, you will more than likely spend way more time than this, because you need to kind of like, you know, think about where you want to put stuff, and you're gonna think about what am I gonna put in there in terms of text. In this case here, I am copying an existing text in great majority at least, and it's just to illustrate the point. And naturally you wouldn't steal anything from anybody else, so again, this is just to show you that you can, let me just concentrate here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so basically it's just to illustrate a point that when you're taking the course that I'm offering, you will be left with the ability to build a website that's going to be beautiful, functional, and it's going to require very, very little technical knowledge on your part. Like I said, I am not really a technical genius at all. I don't really care for tech much. I care for things that work, and I care for things that is gonna make it relatively easy. At times, yes, there will be times when you're kind of like, scratching your head on how to solve a problem with a website, and that's just how it is. But you know, in general, you shouldn't have too many issues with it. So that's the important bit. Let me just see here what we got here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we're good. I think I had one too many in here. And again, these are just placeholders for text and content that's going to be on your site. So we're going to move straight forward again. Section 4. And again, these are just the different places that this theme already have put in place for you. So basically, if we go here, this is one section. That's number 1. This is number 2. And this is number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. So it's got 7, and then it actually has a footer also you can go in and mess with, which we probably won't do now because we don't need it really. All right, so let's move straight along here. I can't remember if I actually saved these things along along my progression here. You better save everything all the time, because otherwise you may have empty spaces when you're done, and you lose half the work you've done, which is painful, say the least. So save. All right, 5. So, and to get these text boxes, you just drag and drop. So press and hold, click and hold, right? And it won't be very much longer. And then we go into 6. I know it's a little bit tedious just to sit and watch, but please bear with me. In fact, if you study this one fairly closely, you don't need to buy the program, which of course I love to sell you, love to have you on the team of the program. Love for you to part with some of your money to me, just to be quite honest. But also, you know, being part of the program means that you can actually post your questions. So when you run into issues, you have somewhere that you can go and check with. Let's see. So see here, now I'm refreshing the site. We already have a bunch of things. Create your website, look like a pro. Here we got a bunch of things. Oh, something broke here in my setup. We'll fix that later. Got the pricing. Got testimonials, frequently asked questions, and the register now. So we got very far very, very quickly, as you saw. All right, let's go back. Gonna do a menu, because if you notice, it didn't have any menu. So up here it didn't have any menu, so we need to go and fix a menu for us. And what we'll do is we'll actually create our own menu. Call it anything you want. I'm calling it my menu. and we need, in this case, we need links pages. So because each of these placeholders, let's see, let's see, business starts with you.com, and I don't think I have this, and there. All right, and then we need to call it something that's basically going to be the title of the link, the tab on your page that you're going to link to. Modules. And basically I need to make one for each, and oh, what's that, 4 maybe? I need to make one for each of the places we're going, each of the placeholders in front. So there are 7 of those. And of course the tabs here, they correspond to the content that we put in there, so it all makes sense. Oh. Join the course there. Alright, so we have the menu. I can actually go in here and I can give it a little extra highlight. I'm not going to do it all the way like they actually have it here. Here they have a color to it here, and a box that kind of flickers. I'm just going to highlight it very rapidly, just for getting it here. So up here I need to go and I click the screen options, because that's one of the fields that I don't have. And I'm just going to put highlight. And then we need to save the menu. And once it's saved, we can go and check our work by refreshing. And that didn't do anything because I guess I forgot to put it where it needs to put. I need to put in primary menu. That's the menu we just made was for our primary, which is up here in this area. So you see, now I got everything. We got this one that was highlighted also. If I click, it'll jump down to the different parts that's relevant. Pricing, testimonials. Oh, I got 2 testimonials, so did one mistake there. Easy fix. This one needs to be FAQs. Actually, it'll all be capitalized here in the front. So update again, and this is FAQs. So good to go there. Then let's see, what else do we want to do? Let's just go back here. You see how they have copyright, the solopreneur, so they have their own name in the copyright. We need that too. So right now we don't have it. We have the basically what I call the advertising for the theme, and the advertising for the child theme underneath it, and WordPress, and I don't like to have any of those. I want to have my name or the website's name. So for this one I actually use a plugin. That's the easiest way. Add new. So you go dashboard, go down to plugins, add new, gonna search, and it is simple edits that I'm looking for. Should be the first one coming up. And that didn't do much for us. Did I not hit the enter button? Let's try again. There we go. Simple edits. Genesis simple edits. And yes, I want to install it. And I want to activate it. So now that's installed and activated, and then it's actually up here under Genesis, which is the child theme or the underlying theme behind of it. And the one I need to change is actually this one. So I'm just gonna take that whole thing and put in the thing I want, which is your WordPress friend. It's updated. We're gonna refresh the screen, and there we go. Copyright this year, WordPress friend, and I can log out. Sometimes I don't even have that in there because I know how to log out. Otherwise, let's see what else we got. And this here is just a hiccup in my coding. I can fix that too, but let's not worry about that right now. All right, so we're missing a picture here. See how there's a picture here, so we're gonna put in a picture too. So let's go here. We need to go to media, add new. And I have an image right here. And I'm gonna go in and I am going to grab this URL because I have the code. So basically I need to go back to our appearance widgets, and I know that this one is in our second thing here. So let's just put in extra text field there, and then I need just need the code that's gonna reference and pull up this image. And so ordinarily speaking, like I keep saying, you don't need a whole lot of code, which is the brilliant thing of dealing with WordPress and so on. You can get very far without the code. So see, now I got the image just like the Solopreneur has it. And yes, I stole this image from off of their website. So basically we look very, very similar to them right now. And to make the other things even more similar, we can go and say customize, and let's see, background images there, change image, and I'm gonna put in this one, choose image. I'm gonna say this one's gonna be there. I'm gonna go down, change image there. And save and publish. So let's see what we got now. I'm gonna refresh our page, and look at that. So let's see here, if we take this one, pull it out into its own. So basically, if it had been the website of your WordPress friend, going from this ugly thing to this pretty thing, see, this is where we're at. Looks very, very similar. There's a little bit here with the text sizes that can be fixed. This one, oh, I actually pulled it too far, so it's not going to show you the same way. And here I just need to put it into two columns and one column in the end. That's an easy fix also. Here's the prices and testimonials. And you have the frequently asked questions, and then you have the register button now. So the only thing is here we have a different color. We can fix that too. Let's see, I believe it had, I can't remember where it was, colors, sounds right. And I actually searched the color. Here's the color number. So if we go in, change the color, and we say publish, and publish. Look at that. I would say we're good to go. I just need to fix those little indents and so on, and then I would have to ensure that my shopping cart or whatever I was using was hooked up to this thing here, to the different choices of payment, and there are actually 5 different choices, because you have one payment here, one payment here of a bigger program and an even bigger program, and then you have 2 different payment options for those 2 larger programs. So that's really it. And it just goes to show that, hey, you can learn this very, very quickly. There was very little coding involved in this thing, if really any. Some themes are easier than others, and again, we'll go through in the modules of all of that and build up something that's gonna help you really from A to Z, without getting too difficult or strenuous or anything like that. Anyway, I just wanted to demonstrate this to you. I totally get what the feedback was, that this kind of site here does not look like, hey, this guy knows a lot about what he's doing. But I think I demonstrated here in a very clear and concise manner that, yes, I know how to make a nice site. I can make this pretty site very easily and rapidly. And there you have it. Anyways, I would love any comments that you have. I am actually gonna go and delete this site again. I don't want to take anybody else's work, and I don't want to steal from anybody. I appreciate the feedback that I got, but I also think that maybe part of the understanding on the one giving me the feedback was not quite in place. So anyways, and like I said, when you're going to build your site, you're going to spend way more time, because you need to think about what is the language that you're going to be speaking and what's going to be in here. You're going to find your real testimonials, not Santa Claus that I put in here and stole the text otherwise from the others. So anyways, that's how it is. So love to have your feedback, love to have your comments. Again, your WordPress friend, I don't like the look of this either too much, so I will be changing that. I could be tempted to go with this nice looking site here. It's very simple. It basically leaves you with a one-page website, which can have its benefits. There are pluses and minuses to that. But anyways, or I'll do something else. But I just want to make sure that you understand that just because it looks kind of simple, looks kind of boring, it's not that you cannot get the results that you want, and it's gonna make big results for you if you do it right. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm involved in a lot of different businesses, some of them very relatively large, some of them very small, some of them publicly traded companies, some of them are privately traded companies. Learning how to do WordPress was a roundabout thing for me. It wasn't really something I set out to do. It's not something I usually do. I usually run businesses, but learning it actually made me capable of obtaining not only a visa and a work permit for the US. As you can hear, I have an accent. I'm from Denmark. It also landed me, I think it was in 2012, a tiny wage earnings of $9,200, but then on top of that, a bonus of $84,000 and I believe $500 on top. So the point is, whether you're using it for your own business and you're a coach, an author, an expert, an authority in some sort of field, a trainer or a business owner, or whatever it is, you can be put in a position that you can make a lot of money out of your site and your expertise. One of the things that I hated, and it's part the reason I learned the WordPress platform, was that I used to buy my websites off of ad agencies that would, marketing agencies that would make my websites, and it would cost me generally somewhere between $6,000 and $7,000 each and every time. and they were very pretty, very nice, and so on. But the functionality were usually so-so, and ultimately, I was always kind of like left in a jam that I couldn't update anything. And today, and with Google rankings and all sorts of things, they love updating and seeing that you're actually alive and doing things. So ultimately, I was kind of stuck, and being able to update my site myself is brilliant. Now, will I always do my own websites? No, probably not. I'll probably outsource it. I have a number of good people that I already use, but it's great to be able to do it yourself. It completely oversteps this thing about that you have to wait for it, and then people don't get what it is you wanted to have changed. And the mere time lag between you want it now and when they get around to doing it, to me, that's a biggie. So one is the enormous expense that you can get rid of by building your own site, the ability to update it yourself. And then thirdly would be that even if you do outsource it or have somebody else, now you're in the know, well, how much should you pay for it really? I mean, seriously, if you come to me and ask me to build your website, I will not do it for less than about 6,000. I'll probably do 12,000 for a site. And that's even a simple site. And it's just because I value my time and I'm not going to waste it doing, tiny $1,000 sites or something like that. And as you see, it's really controlled by a theme. So when somebody gives me a feedback that, hey, you shouldn't really be doing a WordPress training course because you obviously don't know what you're doing with a site like this, and well, you saw how quickly I could build a site, which is very pretty, I gotta say. So I value the feedback. It's not that I'm dissing what was said. But don't get me wrong, even if things look simple on the surface, it might be a lot deeper than that. Anyways, I'm rambling. I don't want to keep you longer. I'm very thankful for your time. And like I said, I'd love to have your feedback. Go look for Your WordPress Friend. It will change names because the same person who gave me the feedback about my ugly site also gave me feedback that I am not allowed to use WordPress in my URL nor this logo. And I don't mind that at all. I totally get that. I am totally for trademarks and so on. I kind of probably should have known that already, but quite frankly, I just didn't, I just didn't think. It's not an excuse, but what I can do is very easy. I can just go and change it. So that's what I'm gonna do in foreseeable future. Thank you again. I appreciate it. If you do not find your WordPress friend, it means that it's down and I changed it. But you feel more than free than I can't speak clearly now. Feel free to look me up, Mikkel Pitsner, and you can find me just by a Google search. I'm all over the place. MikkelPitzner. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. Bye.